Okay, so let's talk about discriminating monopoly now. Okay, so what is discriminating monopoly? Okay, so let me again, draw a picture and tell you exactly how to think about discriminating monopoly. Okay, um, or maybe let's do some discrete example. I think that will be even more fun, and it's going to be a different type of problem, and plus you'll understand discriminating monopoly perfectly. Okay, okay, so in this case, let me not take demand curve. Let me do something else. Okay, let's introduce some maybe a model where individuals can only consume in integer quantities. Is that okay? Fine. So just imagine that um, okay, so just imagine this scenario. Okay, uh, there is an ice cream vendor. Okay, okay, um, and let us say there are only two people who are the potential buyers of the ice cream, just for the sake of simplicity. Okay, so there are two people who are potential buyers of the ice cream. Okay, let's call these people 1 and 2. So individual 1, individual 2. Okay, so buyers. Okay, and this ice cream vendor, okay, so individual 1 can actually buy either 1 scoop of ice cream or 2 scoops of ice cream. Similarly, individual 2 also has demand for 1 scoop of ice cream or 2 scoops of ice cream depending on the price. Is that okay? So you cannot buy 1.5 scoops of ice cream. You can either buy 1 unit or 2 units. So basically integer units. Is that fine? Understood the question? Okay, I mean basically the environment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'll give you some valuations. Okay, so let me explain what valuations is. Okay, so number of scoops of ice cream. Okay, so what I'll do is this. I'll fill this table with marginal valuation. Okay, so let's say this is 6 and this is 4. Okay, so let me tell you how to interpret these numbers. So what is this marginal valuation? So when I say marginal valuation for the first scoop of ice cream is 6, what I'm saying is this, that consumer 1 is willing to pay up to 6 rupees for the first scoop of ice cream. Is that okay? So have you understood this? He is willing to pay up to 6 rupees. So if the first scoop of ice cream cost more than 6, he's going to say, I don't want it. Okay. And if it is exactly 6, then he'll be indifferent between buying 0 scoop or 1 scoop. Basically, he's indifferent between buying nothing and 1 scoop. Because in that case, the price will be 6. So he'll be paying 6 and he'll be deriving value worth 6 from that 1 scoop. So the net benefit of buying this 1 scoop of ice cream is 0, which is also the case if he doesn't buy the ice cream. Is that okay? Yes or no? So this is what you mean by marginal valuation. Okay, so he's willing to pay up to 6 for 1 scoop and he's willing to pay up to 4 for the second scoop. Have you understood this? okay, for the second scoop. So in total, he is willing to pay 10 rupees for 2 scoops of ice cream, up to 10 rupees. He cannot, he will not buy 2 scoops of ice cream if the total price, that he has to pay for the 2 scoops is more than 10. Have you understood this? And this also makes sense, right? I mean, usually, you really feel uh, like to have more, like you really value the first scoop of ice cream more than the second scoop of ice cream. I mean, just you can also imagine this, right? I mean, just uh, this is something which is consistent with diminishing marginal valuation. Yes or no? Okay. So let's put another person 7-3. Okay, I'm just some uh, numbers. I've just assumed some numbers. Okay, so this is your marginal valuation table. Okay, let me make this one assumption. Okay, the assumption here is this: if the price is if at a certain price, consumer is indifferent between buying more and less, then let us assume that he'll buy more. Okay, is that clear? So we are just assuming that, if the consumer is indifferent between buying more or less, then he'll buy more. So what that means is, let's say if price is 6, suppose price per unit is 6 for the ice cream. What do you think? How many units of the ice cream will consumer 1 buy?
One, sir.
1. Very good. What about consumer 2?
Sir, he'll also buy one.
He'll also buy 1. Absolutely. Suppose price is 4. How many units will consumer 1 buy?
Consumer one will buy
2.
two, sir.
2 units, right? Because for the first unit he's paying 4, getting 6. For the second unit again he's paying 4, but he's getting 4. So he's kind of indifferent between buying 1 and 2. So by our tie breaking rule, he's going to buy 2. Because if he's indifferent between buying less and more, he'll buy more. Is that okay?
Hmm.
Okay. Similarly, if you see that consumer 2 is not really indifferent between buying 1 and 2. Okay, if he buys 1 unit, he gets a surplus of consumer surplus of 7 minus 4, which is 3. If he buys 2 units, he gets a consumer surplus of 10 minus 8, which is 2. So clearly he would want to buy just 1 unit. Is that clear to everyone? Have you understood this? Okay, now suppose cost is 0. Suppose marginal cost of ice cream is 0. So assume that you can just supply as much amount of quantity as you want at 0 cost. Okay, I mean that's true for the ice cream vendor. Okay, so just for simplicity we are assuming this. Now the question is, given this kind of environment, what is the monopoly equilibrium? What price will the monopolist set?
Sir, can he price discriminate?
No,
Okay.
because I haven't introduced what discrimination is yet. So right now I'm just talking about a simple monopoly equilibrium. So what is a monopoly equilibrium in this case? So monopolist will just set a single price per scoop. Okay, that's it. So what per scoop price should the monopolist set so that he maximizes his profit?
Sir, he would be indifferent in setting it at 6, 4, or 3.
That's right. Okay, so there are actually three choices in this case. Because if he sets a price 6, he'll be selling 2 units. And both individual 1 and 2 will buy 1 unit each, and his revenue will be 12. And since there is no cost, so his profit will be 12. And if he sets a price of 4, then consumer 1 will buy 2 units, and consumer 2 will buy 1 unit. So he'll be selling 3 units. In that case, again, the profit will be 12. And if he sets a price of 3, he'll be selling 4 units. Again, in that case, the profit will be 12. Is that okay? Fine. Have you all understood this? So what is the monopoly equilibrium? There are actually 3 monopoly equilibrium. Okay. 6, 6, 2, 6 price, 2 units sold. Okay. Price is 4, 3 units sold. Price is 3, 4 units sold. Okay, now can you tell me what is the competitive equilibrium in this case?
Uh, Sir, it would be having a zero price.
Absolutely. At zero price, how many units will be sold? All 4 units. Is that fine? That's a competitive equilibrium. Is this clear? So basically, ice cream will be free, and both individuals will buy 2 units. Okay, that's competitive equilibrium. Okay, have you all understood this? Okay, now let's talk about discriminating monopoly in the same problem. So what I'll do is, I'll basically talk about 3 types of discriminating monopoly. Okay, one is perfect price discrimination. Okay, also known as first degree price discriminating monopoly. Okay, so first degree. Okay, and I'll also talk about second degree, which is slightly different from the first degree. And how is it different? Basically, in second degree price discriminating monopoly, the monopolist cannot discriminate across consumers, but he can discriminate across units. So what does that mean? Basically, what that means is that he'll offer a menu of prices, basically a menu of price and quantity to so he'll have some fixed menu of price and quantity, and he'll offer it to both the consumers. Okay, so what do you mean by this menu? So you can actually think of it in this way, that he'll say that, okay, if you buy 1 scoop of ice cream, the price will be, let's say, P per unit. If you buy 2 scoops, then the price will be Q per unit, something like that. Or in other words, you can say that if you buy 1 scoop of ice cream, on the second scoop of ice cream, will either give you a discount, okay, or will basically offer you the second scoop of ice cream at a higher price. But the key thing is that he has a flexibility to offer different quantities at different prices. And this is something which is everywhere. I mean, if you see a situation where you go to a store tells you that, okay, buy one get one free. So basically what the store is giving you is on 100% discount on the second unit, or buy two get one free, 100% discount on the third unit. Is that okay? So this is all second degree discrimination. Okay, have you understood this? Okay, but it cannot do the discrimination across consumers. So it cannot do something like this, that okay, I'll offer I'll offer a different pricing scheme to Gaurav, and I'll offer a different pricing scheme to Vishal. That is not what is going to happen. Okay, so it's not that I'm going to offer a pricing scheme to Gaurav and I'll say that okay, buy one get one free for you, and when Vishal comes in I'll say okay, no, for not for you. Okay, you have to buy three to get one free. Okay, so this is not second degree. Okay, so in second degree you cannot discriminate across consumers. You can discriminate across units, but you cannot discriminate across consumers. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, so that's second degree. Okay, and what is third degree? In third degree you can actually discriminate across consumers, but you cannot discriminate across units. Is that okay? Understood? So like for example, I'll say that I'm offering a student discount. Okay, I'm offering a student discount on ice creams. So if you are a student, show your ID, and I'll give you a discount. Okay, but the discount is applicable on every scoop. Okay, it's not that it's basically the price that you are offering to student will be different from price that you're offering to someone who's not a student. But you cannot discriminate across scoops of ice cream. So per scoop the price should be the same. That's third degree. Okay, now let's combine these two, second degree and third degree, and you'll get first degree. So first degree is where you can offer both. I'm basically, you can actually discriminate across both. You can discriminate across units as well as the person. Okay, consumers. Is that fine? So like for example, if I'll say that I'll offer a menu of prices and quantity to the students, a different menu of price and quantity to the student, and a different menu of price and quantity to someone who is not a student. That is like first degree. Have you understood this? Understood all three now? Is that clear? So what we'll do is we'll solve for all three in this problem. Okay, so let's first solve for first degree. That's the easiest. So tell me, what menu of prices will you offer to one? What menu of prices will you offer to two? So basically here you are free to choose P11, P12, okay, so you are free to choose P11, P21, P12, P22. P11, P21 is a price menu that you're offering to consumer one. So what you're saying is, okay, consumer one, I'll charge you P11 for the first scoop, and I'll charge you P21 for the second scoop. Consumer 2 comes in, okay, I'll charge you P12 for the first scoop, and I'll charge you P22 for the second scoop. And all four can be different. So can you think of what P11, P12, P21, P22 maximizes the profit?
Where exactly their willingness to pay will be charged.
Absolutely, very good. Okay, so P11 will be 6, P12 will be 7, P21 will
You
be
are
4, and
yes, sir. P116, P214.
sorry. So he'll basically extract the entire consumer surplus from the consumer. First degree discriminating monopoly. Is that clear? Have you all understood this? Is that fine? Any questions? Now this is straightforward, right? All of you? Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about second degree. That's actually much more interesting. Okay. So basically in the second degree, you can choose a different price for different units, but you cannot choose different price for different consumers. Okay. So basically for the first scoop, it's the same price that you will offer to both the consumers. And for the second scoop, it must be the same price that you'll offer to the second consumer. Now think like a businessman and tell me what should be P1, P2.
So we're going to charge P1 as 6 and P2 as 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
how much will you make?
18.
Okay, let's see. Can you do better than this? Anyone else? Remember that the consumer will will if he's indifferent between buying more and less, he's going to buy more. Keep that in mind. Can you think of something better than this?
1.4.
How about this? Buy one, get one free. You will make 20, right? Yes or no? Just think about it. At 10, both are getting two scoops. So obviously they'll not buy just one unit, but they're getting two of them. Now they're indifferent between buying zero and 2 units, right? They're indifferent between buying 0 and 2 units. I mean, second unit is actually free. Okay, so they'll be comparing 0 with 2 units, and of course they'll not buy just one unit. I mean, they'll not say that, okay, give us just one unit, keep the free one with you. Okay, I mean, that's not what they're going to do. So they'll be just comparing 0 with 2 units, and they are kind of indifferent between buying 0 scoops and 2 scoops, and by assumption, they'll buy more if they are indifferent. Okay, so they'll choose 2 scoops. Yes or no? Okay, in fact, this is not the only pricing scheme which will give you 20. Any pricing scheme like this, where P1 is greater than 7 and P1 plus P2 is 10, will work. Okay, like for example, even this will work, A2. Okay, because none of them will buy 1 unit. Okay, but they'll be indifferent between buying 0 and 2 units, so they'll choose 2 units. Is that okay? Fine. This will also give you 20. Have you understood this? Okay, and this is exactly what happens if you remember. I mean, of course, you must have visited these cinema halls. Okay, they give you a very small kind of uh, what you call it, the the cold drink, mug, I mean, so if you see the cold drink mug, which is 300 ml, they'll charge, I don't know, 100 for that. And then if you just buy 600 ml, which is basically double the larger mug size, they'll charge just 10 rupees extra. Okay, so I mean, because this is kind of some sort of a monopoly that they have, because in the movie hall, in the cinema hall, you cannot go and buy the cold drink from outside. So it is like kind of a monopoly which is created over there, and they do the second degree discrimination. Okay, even for the popcorn they do the same thing. The way they charge for the popcorn, just check their prices for the smaller one and the bigger one, middle one and the larger one. They are basically enticing you to buy the largest one, and you always end up buying the largest one because the price difference is so little, that you think that, okay, let's just buy the largest one. Is that okay? Make sense? And basically they are trying to take all the surplus from you. Okay, that's exactly the kind of things that you'll see a lot. I mean, second degree discrimination is actually, I mean, it's a very prevalent uh, pricing system, which you will find a lot of places. Okay, I've told you, buy two get one free. That's also second degree discrimination. Okay, even for that matter, like airlines. Okay, business class and economy class. If you really think about it, now it's also a second degree discrimination. Why is it a second degree discrimination? Because you are offering the same menu to everyone. You are saying that, okay, you have a choice of buying an economy class ticket or a business class ticket. It's not that they are looking at the face and telling you that, okay, no, you cannot buy the business class. No, you cannot travel economy class, right? I mean, they give you a choice. You can choose whatever you want. Do you agree? So they are not forcing a price on you. You are choosing based on what you want. So it is a second degree discrimination, not a third degree discrimination. Okay, some people have this confusion, that, okay, third degree, business class passengers, they are charging differently, economy class passenger, they are charging differently, but they're not forcing that you are an economy class, right, or a business class. You can choose to buy an economy class ticket, and you can also choose to buy a business class ticket. Since they are not forcing it on you that you have to buy economy class or you have to buy business class, that is why it is not a third degree discrimination. In third degree discrimination, the person will be given a price based on some characteristic, like a student discount. So it's a price that is forced on non-students, that they are not going to get a student discount. Have you all understood this? Okay, so this is also this airline pricing, business class, economy class, where business class actually is, you can say maybe few additional services, but the price is 4 times or 5 times the economy class. I mean, those additional services are not really so much of costs, in terms of cost, it doesn't add so much to the cost of the airline, but they charge 4 times what they charge the business class passengers, economy class passengers. Is that okay? So that's kind of a different situation, but it is also, you can just classify that as second degree discrimination. Have you all understood this? Okay, now let's talk about third degree discrimination. So in third degree, what happens is you cannot discriminate across consumers. Sorry, you cannot discriminate across units, but you can discriminate across consumers. Okay, so what that means is you can charge different price from consumer 1 and different price from consumer 2. So P1, again, this is a simple problem and you can easily do it. Tell me, what will be P1 and what will be P2?
So 4 from the first and 7 from the second.
Very good. Okay, so P1 will be 4 and P2 will be 7. Okay, so second consumer will buy just 1 scoop. Okay, the first consumer will buy 2 scoops. Is that fine? Have you all understood this? Any questions? Okay, so this is third degree. Okay, have you all understood, all these discrimination, monopoly? Okay, I mean, if you keep this in mind, this is all that is there in it. I mean, you just have to write the optimization problem properly and then solve it. Okay, but the key thing is exactly what you have just learned. I mean, this is the fundamental difference between these three forms of discrimination.